gang is gone. So we're right down to the core group, which for me is about inner circle of 2, outer circle of 7. I'm in a very isolated town in the wintertime, jam-packed in the summertime. So it's this weird, the tide is in, the tide is out. And as soon as it seems like as soon as I really adjust to one, the town going empty, then it starts to fill up again. So I'm always in the flux and the flow. And that brings me to, when they split, everybody splits. What helps me the most is just going moment to moment to moment, dipping into how lovely the past was and dipping into some curiosity about the future, but basically, being there for whatever's happening. So when they split, there's, joy at remembering how, relief that it went well, sadness that they're gone. Now what am I going to do with my time? So it sort of ignites something in me to move forward with more intention. But I think the key is to be with what you're feeling as you're feeling it. I mean, not to get lost in it, but to acknowledge it and let it sort of flow through you. Because the next feeling will come, and the next. We're in the flow, we can't help it, If we get stuck in one place, like the record, well, some of you remember LPs, it could get stuck. So the song would, you'd hear the same, Google it. You'd have to pick up the needle and set it and move it down ahead. It's like a stuck timeline, sort of. The grooves in the records are... Anyway, and I wanted to say, as we're approaching the new year and heading into the new year, it seems like old slipstream videos are popping up for some people. And it I think it's always useful, for me anyway, to look back where I was a year ago, or look at, if I like a certain reader, go back and find the title that really does this. So anyway, I invite you to do that. And if I have a pause in posting, I don't, there are no mistakes. So, and really the videos are timeless. They just are. The genders are fluid, time is fluid. So don't be too fixated on signs or gender or timing, all the things that we use to anchor us in everyday life need to be softened a little bit. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. And there was something about, I had to stop and have a little snack. And there's something about not waiting till you're starving to eat. Just feeding something all moment to moment. It's that mindful thing. So I stopped and had a snack. I have to do that. I live on every couple hours. I have to eat something. Not a lot, just to get the blood sugar, to get the stability metabolically. The blood sugar goes absolutely whack-a-jaw when you don't eat. At least for me. So let's see, let me get some room here. I gotta move I have a friend who makes the best banana bread. So that's one snack, and then I'll go have an egg, or, I don't know why I'm telling you this. Sustaining ourselves moment to moment. Don't postpone it too long, or try to live off the meal that's already gone. Something like that, like, look ahead. There's a song close the door lightly when you go. And one of the lyrics is, don't look back to where you once had been, look straight ahead, though the path is dark and cold and you see a light. And I can't remember the rest, but it's basically, you'll see the light, you head toward it. You have to be in the moment to, is this it? Okay. 8 of Wands. In a way, this is a card of the moment. This is energetic. I mean, it can be conversation. It can also be a kind of conversation with the universe, where there are energies coming at you that have a lot to do with the energy. It's a conversation with the divine. Call and response. I say this, you say that. Very heartfelt, very warm. Call and response. Death card. About a change. Card of Scorpio, water energy. Some change on the, in the heart, or in letting go of old feelings to accept the new ones in, or just building upon old feelings. It's transformative energy. And there's the Phoenix right there. Didn't I say something about the Phoenix? If I didn't, it's been in my, I'm not sure. It's been in my kind of unconscious awareness in this land of the major arcana. Deep in the psyche, a feeling, water energy, Scorpio, of change. And it has to do with a kind of conversation, a back and forth, perhaps with your own heart. Water energy. The universe may be trying to talk to you about love, about new love, about allowing for the transmutation of energy. Wands really are like, I mean, you can see right here on the card. There's an energy, zapping in. It's very lively. 6 of Pentacles. But very grounded. It's about grounded exchange. This is like our cards are on the table. You know what I'm worth. I know what you're worth. We're not identical, but we can share our lives. As they change, listen, it's kind of like I'm here for you as you are now, as I am now. It's very authentic. Pentacles energy, it's very real. It's speaking from the heart. And it's something to do with like a, because there's the white buffalo here. Like a miracle that's tangible also. It's in Pentacles energy. It's real. It's present. It's sort of like moving from miracle to miracle. So every moment somehow reflects this deep inner transformation. And that will change your relationship to everything. 9 of Pentacles. Another Pentacles card. 9 speak to the personal. This is a person who is stable, grounded in their own lives, in that Pentacles energy. So whatever these relationships are, they do nothing to deplete this person. My life is full. I am grounded like Rue's getting into the wrapping paper. I'm grounded in my own life. It's not a card of neediness. I mean, it's certainly a card of acceptance of this mutual exchange. But it's not neither party is operating out of neediness. Don't make trouble, Rue, okay? It's a good read. We don't want to interrupt it. 8 of Swords. For some reason, I'm getting escapism, but I don't think it's negative. It's like understanding the need to escape something. It has to do with how we talk or how we believe, what we believe in. We have 2 8s on the board, 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords. Is 16, is Tower. That's a big change as well. Tower is very transformative, and all of a sudden, and I think there's a sudden understanding, you know, in this conversation with the universe. Like, I get the message, Sword energy. I hear it, and I understand it, and off I go. Liberated. Somebody may be moving toward this earth energy person. They've gained some clarity, and they're escaping. What are they escaping? Because I don't think this is you. I think it's like you set the example. You've been at this a long time, and you're gaining ground, Pentacles energy, grounded energy. And I think they're beginning to get it, that it somehow applies to them too, or that they can, like it's like you're breaking trail or something like that. Your life is the example. Your Pentacles energy, how you live, your independence, your integrity. They aspire to that kind of, because you're both secure and you're able to enter into this place of Phoenix energy without losing yourself. You know, it's change on a very deep level, but you land on your feet. Boom, grounded, here I am, still here. It's like you can absorb this because you're coming from an authentic place. And I think somebody sees you, Sword energy, with this kind of eagle-like clarity, and it shows them, or they now at least think they want to go where you are, 9 of Pentacles. You know, that kind of life. I don't know, it seems like my left ear always starts to itch. Okay, under 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. 5s indicate a need for change. You know, they were in this, I remember I said something about the tower, the 2 8s equaling tower. Here there's this volcano in the background. Seismic change. Perhaps for this one. You know, this Sword energy person, because I think that's another individual, saw how you live your life and how stable you are despite the changes, the deaths and rebirth that happen moment to moment. And here somehow you were protected. And maybe, because see, here's the kind of boundaries with the wands, and here's the circle that's, you know, something was circumscribed. It's almost like, you know, if a dog is on a leash, tied to something, it can only go around and around and around. I mean, it's stuck somehow, circling this place. And this one breaks free. They break the boundary that they themselves may have put up against, you know, this radiant thing that's always asking for conversation, for they may have put up a boundary, whereas I think this is you. You're strong enough to be yourself through the, you know, hearing vicissitudes. Somebody said in the comments, only idiotic stories. And I had a job once where my nickname given to me by the cook, who I admired so much, I thought she was very cool. She was bitchy, but she was cool. She was real. But I heard from somebody else that she referred to me when I wasn't there as the educated idiot. And I think there's a way in which, I don't know, to be a savant, to be it's maybe the ability to accept this phoenix-like, yeah, I'm not sure. But, I owned that nickname. It didn't hurt me. Somehow it didn't hurt. I think this person was calling me, maybe she thought I was putting on a front, but that's really who I am. There are things we can't avoid in ourselves. But I think it's a need to accept change. This death card. 5s indicate the need for, don't, you can protect yourself, but don't put up a boundary to change. And I think that's what this person, this air sign person perhaps, realized. Air energy. I get it now. I see it. I see the way out of these self-imposed, protective, my own energy, hoping that this will kind of bounce off me. This from the divine. And I think that this person sees in you, it's a bit of a challenge. I think they think sword energy, that you kind of rock this. You don't, you're rock solid. You rock. A Prince of Wands on 9 of Pentacles. Well, it's solid, it's stable, but it's also energetic. You let in the zzz of the universe, and it propels this person forward. I mean, this is a happy ride. Sometimes Knight of Wands can be seen as erratic. But here I think it's somebody who's able to, take that energy from the universe and allow themselves, it inspires them, Wands energy, to move forward into this phoenix-like transformation, which will change their relationships. I'm not sure that going forward, this earth energy person will be able to because they require this. So if this person can't hang, this person will not pursue. They'll follow their intuition. They'll move forward. Okay, on 5 of Wands, 10 of Cups. It's almost an invitation to change radically, Tower energy. Drop the defenses. Because this is what might be, this person might be shutting out a 10 of Cups situation, full-blown, heart-to-heart, dependent on each one being stable and grounded in their own lives. And I think that this other person is trying to catch up. You inspired them. And it really wasn't you. It came from their own heart, from their own heart center. They may think, sword energy, it was you. And that might, well, I don't know if that will cause a problem. Because they need to understand it's really in them. This passion, this ability. I mean, nobody else can like do the pedaling for them. They have to go for something if they you know, if they want to take in, it seems to me the universe is encouraging them. Do it, do it, do it, one's energy. You know, like not only go for it, but, you know, encourage the pony. Like, it sounds bad, but you kick the horse a little bit to get them going. It's a signal. Move forward. And I notice the unicorn here. It's not a horse, it's a unicorn. It's somehow steeped in the mystical and the intuitive. The unicorn is looking at the Prince of Wands, almost to say, are you ready? You know, ready, set, go. We're going to move forward fast. You know, make sure you're stable enough to do this. This is new terrain. 10 of Cups terrain on 8 of Wands Hermit. It's kind of like going into isolation in order to have this conversation with the divine. This is a card of the Sage, of Virgo, and I think is that 9 of Pentacles person, because this is the 9 in Major Arcana. 9 of Pentacles is in Minor Arcana, and moreover, it's about somebody who's authentic and real, but based on their deep knowing of themselves. They know who they are, and they know, you know, they have great wisdom. They know who this other person is as well. Which is a nice thing to hear. You know, I think usually is a nice thing to hear. I know you, I'm here, you know, I'm on a spiritual path. I've heard the message from the universe, 8 of Wands, and I'm walking that path. And I think the other person sees your example, the example of your own life, and is wanting to walk that path too, but has to catch up. On 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. I mean, there's been a block in sword energy. You know, this person has found a way out of this stalemate, of this continually checking in with themselves. I mean, like, I have this idea of how to go, but let me wait a little longer and, you know, kind of consider the options. This is a card of choice. Do I go or do I stay? Free at last, free at last. But they were blocking, I think they realized sword energy, they were blocking this kind of exchange, as well as this kind of change. Change, exchange. This can be a conversation between two people who are both tapped into their deepest, you know, core self. So now they can exchange energies. And this is what's possible. You won't get there if you're up in your head and blocked. And I think this was I don't know why, but I really think this was I mean, they could have been a Scorpio or Virgo. Equally, you could have been. The signs aren't particularly important, but this was somebody who was accepting, you know, had to go into a kind of solitude for this change to be accomplished. To hear the universe, to hear the conversation of the universe. 8 of Wands. Somebody was blocking equal exchange, but they may be escaping that mindset, sword energy. You know, now there's something immediate about this. Well, in sword energy, they're healing. They may still be healing. They may have tried to make an escape, and yet there was this hold up energy. You know, you need to hold still. You don't understand it all. Not yet. So they took the time to heal. They went into a kind of almost like a, not comatose, but they turned their brain off. The part of their brain that said, I'm at a crossroads, I don't know what to do, let me think about it some more. You know, got them into this trap. They see the way out, but it has to do with a little bit more, you know, they don't have the whole story yet, and it's this story of themselves that they need to take a look at. Why did I put up this boundary, and so on. And at first, they may have seen this Virgo person as a very stable and secure, and it may have made them want to run away. Like, I'm not ready. I need to catch up. They maybe needed to go into a kind of isolation too, to be alone with themselves, to be okay with that. Not like, I have a feeling this person may have chronically run from relationship to relationship. You know, that erratic sense of, what do I want? Who am I passionate about? Let's try this. Let's try that. Let's do it this way. Let's do it that way. And then they got quiet. Is this on death? Wow. They're freeing themselves. This is the stuck energy of Capricorn, but it's also the hard work that somebody has to do on the level of their psyche, in their deepest place, and it's more earth energy. This person had to take the time, you know, that Pentacles energy time, to learn the lesson. Busy being born, we said that yesterday. I mean, these are still fetal. These two fetal energies. This is kind of the inverse of Lovers. But this person is willing to work, Capricorn energy, work hard to free themselves. They want to be your match. Two of Swords, Devil. I mean, I think that they knew they had to undergo a transformation and a liberation from toxicity or codependency. They might have at one point wanted to kind of feed off your energy, your spiritual radiance. At 9, that Hermit card and the 8 of Wands, you know, it's like they almost got reflective light off of you, but they had their own work to do. Capricorn energy of Devil. Shadow work, right? Is that it? One more? 3 of Wands. Again, a card of the future. It's not far, far distant future. It's almost like somebody can see it from here. The future is bright. It may be that this person they believe it, you know, that's their intuition. I can go for this. I can catch up. You know, I'm in the process. See, there are all these butterflies here. Wands energy not usually associated with butterflies, but here it's that energy of the phoenix. To walk through the fire, to be transmuted. This person almost has to melt down whatever was unhealthy in them And the whole idea they could kind of, I think this person thought they could kind of ride your coattails, that they didn't have to do their own peddling. And I think the universe schooled them. And you did as well, because you're the teacher. You know, I can teach you how to live, but only by modeling it with my own authenticity. We all have to do this shadow work. We all have to do this work of transformation. We continually have to get unstuck in order to be phoenixes in our own lives. What's the plural of phoenix? Phoenixes. You couldn't do the work for them. You couldn't unblock them with your own, you knew enough, hermit. You had the wisdom. You knew they had to transform. They had to unblock themselves if they were gonna. And meanwhile, I'll continue on, you will, with your own life. Stable, authentic, true to yourself. They have the desire to transform, and that's what they're aiming for. Wands energy, that directional sense. Like I know where I want to head so that I can be there in the future. Okay, I think that's it. Yes, that's it. On the board, we have Hermit, a 9 in Major Arcana, Earth energy, Devil card, Earth energy, Capricorn. Death card, that card of transformation, water energy on the level of the heart. I think this person was cold and analytical. That's what they had to heal. That's what they had to escape from. They needed to find, again, the key to open the cage. And that's it in majors. I mean, they're majors. Somebody's setting themselves free through their own shadow work. They're able to become this new self, this fiery phoenix self in the future. They're not quite cooked yet. They're a little bit like, it's going to be an excellent bunch of biscuits or cake or something, that thing of feeding yourself as you go along. They know they can do it. They believe, they have an intuition that they can do it. But they're not quite there yet. They need a little bit more transformation. They need a little bit more time in the oven. So that there's something stable and real, not just sort of this kind of doughboy cookie dough. If you're aspiring to this, you can't get there without being healed, authentic, having done the shadow work, which is continuous. It's a recommitment to equal exchange, giving and receiving. I mean, how do you do this until you unblock the ability to do that? Change the mindset. Change your idea about something. Heal your belief system and get out of Dodge. They want to catch up. It might take them 3 months, 3 weeks. They think that's a long time. Like they're trying to accelerate this, but you can't really accelerate spiritual understanding. It takes as long as it takes. Pentacles energy, time. It takes time to know yourself. That's the real wisdom of Hermit. Know your authentic self. They're on their way, but you've arrived. And you continually do this work of transformation. Okay. Oh, no, I don't have my button. do have my button, but here we go. I was gonna have to get up and turn it off, but I can do it this way. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Go look at those old videos if you feel like it, you know. You can look back at a time in your life to see what was posted then. I look back once in a while. When it pops up on my feed, I think, I don't have any memory of that read. Let's go back and revisit it. So that's one thing, is share with anybody you think might benefit from this. And do that. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. If you hit the join button, you can become a member. That entails a small monthly fee, and you can cancel at any time. I usually post a few members-only videos a month. Stay tuned. I'll see you next time.